YouTube. Okay, we're live on YouTube.
I'll just change device now.
Okay.
I'll go to my laptop.
All right.
So I can also see the quick chats.
Okay, Doc, you can play.
Hashtag Bangon Pilipinas. Blackwater would like to support our heroes of the front line who are risking their health and well-being to attend to COVID-19 patients. We aim to provide the frontliners of the Pasig City General Hospital hygiene kits which they can use daily. Blackwater, smell good, feel good. This webinar series is brought to you by Hoop Coaches International in cooperation with Blackwater. Smell good, feel good. This coaching webinar series would like to give special thanks to the following. Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Coaches Commission Head, Coach Jong Yochiko. Basketball Coaches of the Philippines President, Coach Louis Gonzalez. Got Skills Head, Coach Alan Ricardo. And frontliner Christopher Topluyano.
All right. Hey, good evening again, coaches. And we're so excited to have, of course, the man they call Manong this evening. And again, joining us for tonight is our resident sports psychologist, Teddy Villasor. And of course, good evening, Teddy. And of course, the Dean himself and full-blooded Lasallian, the Dean, Kinito Henson. The Dean, can you, good evening, and can you introduce our very special guest?
Well, thank you very much, Coach Ariel, Doc Teddy, and to all the viewers and listeners and followers of this very, very interesting webinar that was created by Coach Ariel and sponsored by Blackwater. Well, tonight we have a very, very interesting guest, someone who has won championships in practically every level of basketball, sa UAAP, sa PBL, sa PBA, and he's gone full circle as coach of the De La Salle University Green Archers. He started out as the first coach of La Salle in the UAAP, and now entering this coming season, he will be coaching the Archers again, and none other than Coach Derrick Pumaren. Welcome.
Hello. Hi. Good evening. Good evening to everybody. Good evening, Kinito, Coach Ariel, and Doc Ted.
Good evening.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, Coach. So we're so happy to have you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
So, Coach, I know, for the benefits of our international attendees from the Southeast Asian region, what was your journey from? Of course, you played for Coach Ron Jacobs, as mentioned by Coach Jong. You were part of that first batch with Coach Ron. So, from your story, we'd like to hear how was your journey from being a player to coach, and again coming full circle with the De La Salle University.
Well, probably I'll start with the 1982. I was a member of the RPU team with Coach Jong Yuchiko, Coach Leo Austria, Tonichi Turi. Marami pala pa naging coach doon sa batch na yun. Yes, and after that, when we won it, the following year, Coach Ron offered me to be one of his assistant coaches for the national team, Northern Cement on then, back then. So 83, I was an assistant of the national team for Northern Cement, and we played in ABC pa noon before. It was ABC, now I think it's PUA Asia. We played in the 83 ABC, where we played Dennis Steele and Jeff Moore, but at the end they forfeited our games. I don't know if you remember that.
Of course.
Yes,
how can I not forget it? It pained me, all of us.
Yeah. And I had to shoot up that for the last phase, diba? Because of two players getting eliminated sa atin. So, and then from then on, I became the head coach of LaSalle 84, my first coaching job as the head coach of LaSalle in 84. And then I became an assistant of Norman Black. Norman was a playing coach, 85 then, and then I was the assistant coach. And Coach Ron called me back for the national team. Then he decided to let me scout Korea in Malaysia. That was the 85 ABC where we, I think that was the last championship we had in 85 where we won it. And then from then on, I became the first San Miguel coach in that time after EDSA Revolution. And then because Norman then was with Alaska, and after he took over San Miguel. Then 89 I started. I was transferred to. I got the first head coaching job sa PBA with Pepsi, and then journey ko na yung Pepsi. I went to Sankist where I won my first two championships sa PBA, and then what else? Santa Lucia, Pure Foods, Paba, and then I went full circle. I went back to UAP. I became a consultant of the Hong Kong national basketball team, which played here. I think that was 2012, I think, something like that. And then nag-UE ako, and then back to LaSalle. But I also coached CEU in the D-League. CEU.
Wow.
Yun ang journey ko.
Wow. So full circle.
Again, I'll be back again sa first coaching head job ko, which is LaSalle.
I just wanted to ask you, Derrick, no, back in 1995 when you were coaching Sankist, you had guys like Vergel Meneses, Kenneth Duremdes. You were one conference shy of a Grand Slam.
Yes, that's what,
on the All-Filipino, you won the Commissioner's Cup. Am I right? Is that correct?
Yes.
And then in the Governor's Cup, you had your import, but you took third place. If you had won the Governor's Cup,
one win away from making it to the finals.
Yes, because the format in the Governor's Cup at that time was very different. In the semifinals, it was like a round robin.
Yes.
And you lost the chance to have a Grand Slam. You were one conference championship shy of a Grand Slam.
Yeah, the Steven Smith as the import. Tony Harris at the start. We lost 4 straight games. I replaced him. We brought in Steven Smith, and we almost made it. But we had some problems, contact dispute with the Vergel then. So we had internal problems then. In third conference during that time.
All right, Coach. When you talk about Pumaren, kadikit na niyan yung patented full court press. So kinatatakutan yan ng lahat ng teams, whether it's UAP, PBA, or So how did it develop? Or what was your history? Give us a history why that's the way that you coach, or that's the way that you want your teams to be recognized, or to be that's the symbol of your teams.
Yeah, well, actually, when I attended Rick Pitino, I observed in his practice Kentucky. One thing that stuck in my mind was that when he said that when we're down, we're still gonna press them. So why we won't press them right from the start? So that got stuck into my mind. So when France handled LaSalle in 98, that is where I introduced the press, yung press namin. LaSalle was always a bridesmaid, and what I've observed was that we're trying to beat other teams by trying to outscore them, because we've got good LaSalle players there, like Telan, those guys. So Aliado was there then. So we had a power lineup. But they're trying to beat the other teams by trying to outscore them. So when we took over, there was a change of philosophy. I talked with France that we gotta change it. That we need to make stop, and Na that's where I introduced nga yung trap, yung trap namin. I even call it fake trap at the start.
Fake trap to start. So I know you prepared the presentation for all our coaches, and you can start, Coach. The ball is yours.
Okay, okay. I prepared some stuff, no? Some videos, no, so people will understand. You know, when you say, they were saying that why trap up to now, no? The trap, the 98 that I introduced is a different trap uh, this season. Let's say for Lasal, nagkakaroon din ng innovation, no? Coaching is a continuous learning process. So it's not the same press as we pressed before. We have done something, change some rules na I think will be better and more effective. So ganun nangyari. So let me share now something. Hold on. Okay, when press defense depends on coaches, no? They have your own philosophy, your own rules. You have your own reason why you press, no? That's why why press. That's for coaches. Is you think why you wanna press, no? For us, we wanna like number one is like we push them away from their offense. We don't want teams coming down, be able to run what they want to run. No, we push them away from their comfort zone. We try to cut down on their shot clock, meaning when they get down there on the front court, shot clock will be down to 4, 16, 15. So they'll be in a hurry to run their offense. They won't have time to be able to run their offense. Okay. We try to, press is not trying to steal the basketball because there's this wrong connotation that when you press, it's trying to steal. No, it's not. No, we're just trying to force them. No, we force teams to throw the basketball away. We force them to take hurried shots. And then we have to remember that the 8-second violation is your sixth man. People or coaches sometimes are saying that when we press, it's like having six guys, but actually the six guys the 8-second violation because there's pressure on the other team when you press them, and 8 seconds is one pressure for them. So these are some reasons that if you want to press, and and we've got defensive rules. Now, when you press, you should put some rules for the players to be able to understand what you want done. Okay, like we don't start it right away on 5-on-5. We really start 1-on-1. We build it up 2-on-2, 3-on-3. For it is our job as coaches for the players to be able to understand what you want, diba? Kasi sometimes coaches are in a hurry na parang to introduce it in 5-on-5, parang showing the whole picture. So you break it down, and that's how I coach. I break it down. It is our job. It is my job as a coach to send the message and to let the players understand what I want to get done. No, at first, we wanna make the other teams work. We wanna contest or deny the pass. Like in contesting the pass, we run drills for that. 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. We want when we press there are teams that press that they want to get the basketball and then they go trap. But for us, we want them to work just to get the ball inbound. We want the other teams to work, and you be able to do that when you practice it. No, we make it hard for my players. I make it hard for my players to do that. Like when we run 2-on-2, we don't switch on it. Now things like that. It's up to you coaches how you want it done. No. So once the ball is getting bound, when your man's got the basketball, we really pressure the basketball. We don't want pressuring that just staying in front. When you pressure, you really pressure him, you hound him. We make the the guy with the basketball just get busy, just protecting the basketball, not being able to see uh, the whole floor, that he'll be able to run the press break. If there's any question, guys, you can ask me, no, about it. We always want the ball in front, so my player should always be in front of the ball. When you're pressing the ball and he was able to make the pass, that means you're right behind the ball. He has to go, bust his ass there to stay in front. So yun ang rule namin. That's one rule that we have. We always have to be ball in front. Because if the ball is in front, that means they won't be able to attack us. They're just there in front. We're still trying to contain them. And then if we don't have the basketball, we get off your man. We wanna tighten the floor. No? Hindi yung we're still dying the ball and then pressure. It's not like that when we press. It's getting off your man, no? And then when we get beat, we don't want in our team my players just running beside the other player with the basketball. We want him to cut off the man to make him stop, okay, to get in front of the basketball. These are rules that we apply, and we must be able to cover two guys. It's not just covering your man. You must be able to cover two guys. If you be able to cover three guys, then that's a lot better. And then when you trap, we trap on spots. Now we don't really trap every time. It's just a trap. No, it's not like that. We trap on spots. So it will depend on teams who we're playing, where we're gonna trap. We're gonna trap up to here. Are we gonna trap him here? Are we gonna trap in the middle or what? So it depends on that. And then the big man, the last guy on defense, he is our defender for the basket. So he just has to block. If we're gonna give up something, we want to give up the outside shot. We don't want as much as possible there. Of course, if you're pressing, you are going to give up layups. Okay. Now, if they be able to cross to their front court, we should still continue pressuring the other team. So we want a solid half court defense. Kasi some teams when they press, when they cross, the team cross, they relax. No, we want to play the whole 24 seconds of pressing, pressuring, playing half court solid defense. These are the rules that we have in the team. If there's
Coach,
any
a question,
guys,
if I may.
yeah, sure.
What would your priority be, Coach, in your pressure defense? Do you want the man with the ball to hold on to the ball so you can trap him, or do you want him to release the ball towards an angle where you feel you will have a chance to be able to take the ball away? Or in other words, you will want him to give the ball to a passing lane that you will have control of. What would your priority be?
Well, I think the priority is we must be able to pressure the guy with the basketball. Okay. Now, if there's a chance and the spots that we've talked about, then we go trap that. So we make him give up the basketball. We don't want as much as possible. As the rule is, we push them away from what they're doing. If a point guard is trying to bring down the basketball, then a big man will bring down the basketball. That means they will not be able to run their offense when they get to the front court. So by the time they get there, 16, 14 on the shot clock, then they set it up, then for sure the next shot will be a hurried shot.
Using the big man in the pressure defense, sometimes he goes all the way to apply the trap because para nakakagulat yun when your big man tries to trap the man with the ball. When do you do that? And what kind of a big man must you have to be able to execute that kind of a play?
Actually, when the ball is in the air of the big man, that's the time he can help. Or when they throw a backdoor pass, then he can come. I got a tape of that also that my import will see before you can trap. But it is our job as coaches, to be able to sell it to the big man that they have to press. Sometimes big man thinks that they're big, they're slow. No. For me, as long as they're aggressive, okay, as long as they're aggressive defensively, no matter how slow they are, as long as they're aggressive, they're fine with me. You know? So he'll be able to trap. Yun ang mangyayari. Makakatrap siya kahit ganun siya.
After your pressure defense, and assuming that the ball already crosses the midcourt line, what kind of a defense will you now apply in the half court? Will you go zone or will you go man?
We still go man. We still go man.
Okay.
But at the same time, we still have that man-to-man rule that if your man still got the basketball, we still continue, constantly pressure the basketball, and then the four guys will go help. So it's like that's why I want a solid half court. Some of the games, most of the games, you play for 22 seconds, good defense, and all of a sudden 23, 24, they get a good shot.
Yeah.
Right? Ganun palagi eh. That's I don't know why is it like that in basketball. But most of the time, pag last shot, na shoot. That's why I want always to be 24 seconds playing defense.
There are some coaches who apply the trap after a free throw make. Is that
Yes.
one of your rules also? When you see a free throw made, you put in the trap, or you put in the backcourt pressure?
But if it's a made basket or if it's a free throw, we press right away.
Okay.
Because when it's a missed shot, it's hard to press. So number one job is to get back on defense right away. But usually most of the teams, if it's a free throw, a press is usually a zone press, full court zone press. They rarely put a man-to-man full court press after a free throw.
Okay.
They go like 1-2 full court, 1-2 half court, 2-1, things like that.
Thank you, Coach. You can proceed with your presentation, and
Yeah,
then I know we have a lot of questions. We're gonna answer them right after. So
I've got some video that I prepared.
Ganda nito, Coach. Let's hope that let's not reveal too many secrets. Baka malaman na ng kalaban pagdating ng UAP.
no, the unpredictability rin naman dito, I'm sure. The timing.
The timing, the rules, the spots. So I have some video here. Can you see it?
Yes, Coach.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. I think this was my my video of LaSalle. Hindi pa masyadong, it's not really polished pa ang trap namin because I've only handled them for like a month now. But you can see it. This is what I'm talking about, trying to contest, trying to deny, making them work to get the basketball. And this is what happens, it's a turnover right away. And that's what we want, We're not trying to steal the basketball, we're trying to turn over. It's another tape, See, it's a deny, and then there's a pressure right there. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're denying, and then when the ball gets inbound, we trap, then there you go, and we get for the steal, for the interception right there. Okay, what I'm trying here to show you is that trying to contest everything. We make the other teams get the ball inbound. It's nothing easy for them. We pressure, we stay in front, off your man. And then here we spot here, it's a trap. And it's a backing, it's a violation. Okay, this one we trap. Okay, let me then. You see Bauti. You can see Bauti here. He just went to bluff right there. He bluffed, and then he came back again. Okay, he waited for somebody to be able to cover him. Then he rotates back there. Okay, then we're back to our solid half-court defense right there. Shot clock is down to 11 seconds. I don't know if you saw that. The shot clock now is 12 seconds before they'll be able to run their offense. Another tape. I think this is Manila. I think we played Manila here. Practice game. Now here, another. Okay. Okay, if you can see here, the big man did not really commit to cover the guy. Okay, he just bluff, make the offense think. Okay, if you will pass, you'll shoot. So that's what happens. He just bluffed, and it was a turnover for that. Yeah, I want my players to be aggressive. You know, you really have to be aggressive. As a coach, we teach that. No matter how slow. Here you go. Drop down. The shot you gotta give up is the outside shot, and that's a hurried shot. That's a hurried shot. We're still pressuring. We're still pressing. We're not able, and it's still a hurried shot. As I've said, press is not trying to steal the basketball. They were not able to run their offense on that time by the other team. Okay, hold on. There's another clip. Okay, this is what Pinito was asking. Okay, you see the big man. They went go back door, and our big man, my big man, Malik,
Mhm.
is rotated to trap to cover the back door. Okay, he went back door. We're playing Ateneo here, and it's a trap right there. It's a turnover for Ateneo. Contest for contest. Okay, we should have contest that. Okay, we're up like that, and then we drop the import of Ateneo, it's a travel. So we don't want the other teams to set up. Here is that we played the Marinero when I was with CEU. See, we don't want somebody, and then we trap. There's no more room to go, so you got into turnover. Coach, kung may question, you can ask. Coach?
Yes, yes. There's some
There's
question.
anyone.
When is the trigger? Kailan daw yung trigger? When to trap, or when is there a what's your rule on when's the
there's
right time for them to trap? What's your teaching
Usual-
point on that?
Usually, that will depends on the coach, no? That's why spots, no? Kung napunta sa spots, the right spot or na blind side, you trap right away, then you can trap, no? Sometimes you trap in the middle, you can go trap also. Depends on what you want. So it really depends. Depends on the team also, who you're playing.
Coach, I want to go back to my earlier question. After
Yeah.
you press in the backcourt and then the defense goes back to form, you're saying that you usually play a man-to-man defense, but
Yes,
some coaches seem to find it more comfortable for them to, after pressing, you go down and then you play a zone. It's
Mhm, mhm.
easier. I think it may be easier to be able to situate your defenders in a zone rather than if you were to, kasi sa trap, medyo magulo na yung because you want to disrupt the rhythm of the offense. So if you go back on a man-to-man, the offense will be so disrupted, it may be difficult to pick up the men. Or I guess you don't find that too much of a problem, no, Coach?
No, I don't think that's gonna be a problem, no?
Okay.
Because no matter when they cross half court, if a small man ends up big man, or a big man small ends up with a small man, then we're okay with that. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if there's a time to switch, then we go switch on that.
Okay.
That's our rule.
Mhm.
Okay, that's our rule. But we still keep the constant pressure on the basketball.
Coach, how well conditioned does your player have to be to full court press? I know
Well,
there's a
well,
question from Coach Ian, one of our attendees.
actually, you gotta get a good conditioning coach, no? The players must be able to play. For me, 45 minutes on a given game that he needs to play 45 minutes. He can play 45 minutes. Kasi para kondisyon that we will press a lot. It's very tiring. That's why usually in practice we do it at the start of the practice when we press para fresh pa rin sila.
Okay. Dr. Eddie, what was that? Sorry,
No problem, Coach. Coach Derrick,
Yes.
when Rick Pitino went to Boston, he tried to use the pressing defense
Mhm.
initially. Then he moved. It seems like he moved away from it. My question is: do you feel that a full court press is best suited for the collegiate game rather than the professional game? Thank you.
Kasi it's a different game eh. You know, it's a different game. The college and the PBA or the NBA or college and the PBA is different game. So you can apply, but you can apply pressure or press in the PBA, but you cannot apply the same way you apply it in college. In a different situation eh. So mahirap i-apply masyado sa professional.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, bakit? Why is it more
Ah,
difficult than among the
Well,
pros?
it's 48 minutes. There are more games. No, there are more games. They play more games. No, not like in the UAP. That like in college, you play like 14 games, 17 games. But in the PBA, di ba, you play more games. At the same time, di ba, the players are different. Players are
oh,
different.
the
Yeah.
players got heavier pockets, Dean.
Yes, yes.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Sometimes the players think na ano eh. The players think na ano na eh, marami na akong sweldo eh, no?
Sorry to be
Coach
blunt.
Derrick,
Yeah.
Coach
But,
Derrick, we
I
have a
think-
question from Phil. The question of Phil is: do you allow a pass towards a trap spot? Thank you.
Sorry. I didn't
Do you allow
do you-
do you allow a pass to the towards a trap spot in the press?
not what well when depends no um you cannot predict what the offensive player will do, but as much as possible I want the guy, as I've said, to put pressure and to be worried about just protecting the basketball. So when he throws it to the spot, because said guys guarding without basketball, we get off their man, no? So off the man kami. Hindi kami nakadig sa tao. So para kami naka-zone. Ganun nangyari. So when depends on where he's gonna pass it. Now if it's in the spot that where we can trap, then we will trap that. Okay. Or if he's in the trap spot, the guy with the basketball, then we trap him also. We
think the
don't
key,
really
coach,
tell
also
them where
is-
to pass it, you know.
Yeah, I think the key, coach, is you want to influence where that pass is going because that's where your defense can focus on. Tama ba yun?
Kinda, you know. But the most important thing when we press is like we just want the ball in front of us, meaning in front of our defense, in front of our five guys. So they're just there, you know. If in the backcourt, they're just in the backcourt, so they're not gonna do damage, you know, if they're up there. So that's the purpose of it. You know, we want the ball in front of us all the time defensively. So we cannot get beat, you know, on a long pass that they have numbers. So we want that. That's the influence, getting the ball in front of us.
Coach, we have a question here from our YouTube viewers. Usually they will release a pass in the middle. What will be your rule if they pass to the middle on that flash?
Okay, in the inbound play, right? They're talking about the inbound play. Is it talking about the inbound play?
No, when you trap on the first trap, and then they will have their press break will have a guy in the middle, so they'll pass the ball in the middle. What will your
There's a guy usually adjust to that. That's
Uh-huh.
the my player should be able to cover two guys. So when one guy trap, he must be able to adjust to cover the guy, and the double, the man guarding guy with double, no, in his man, and his original man. So he must be able to cover that. So he's playing
Okay.
two guys. He's gonna be in between. So when the passes make, then he can cover them. He can try for the interception.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, coach.
That's the adjustment that we do. We always get a guy to cover the open. That when a guy leaves his man, then he's gotta be open. Definitely, there's gonna be a guy that will cover that guy.
From Coach Junel Villarin. Coach, do you choose opponents to trap or every game you trap?
But as I've said, we press, the whole game with all the teams we will press. But you're looking at us. If you're watching us, we're playing. Let's say we're playing Ateneo. Okay, you watch us. It's not the same way we're gonna press you when we play another team. So it depends on the team. It depends on their press break. It depends on their players. So I cannot say when, but it's a different press when we play a different team.
Okay, so that's based on your scouting.
Yes, it's scouting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Coach, okay, let's continue with your videos, and then we have a lot of questions pouring in, at like 20 plus. So
Okay, this will
we'll go
be
to the
over
Q&A.
naman. Yeah.
No.
Ito, this
Oh,
one.
don't worry, Coach. We can go until 12 o'clock. You're the last. You're the last for today.
Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem.
Si Dean lang, maaga matulog.
Bago matulog, maga matulog. Here we go. We're down 4. Momentum can swing if we play good defense. Just like here, we trap. Okay, turnover, we score, and then we put on the trap. When you start pressing and then they commit the turnover, then it goes to the mind of the player, right? So we trap again, and then boom, less than 30 seconds, tied ball game. That's the momentum that we need.
Also to the mind of the coach. I remember when you trapped us
Yes.
sa Manila, we had a hard time. Hindi sila sanay sa press.
Yeah. Nga pala, Manila nga pala. I remember that in Manila. Yes. Okay, that's it. That's my,
Okay. Teddy, can you ask the questions that the Q&A?
Right.
And
This is from Ray. Quote from Ray of Signal TV. Coach, we've seen mayhem defense. We saw the run, jump, and switch, and we see different zone and man press variations. What kind of pressing principles do you use? Also, can you consider the pressing defense as a kind of defense suited for Filipinos? Thank you.
sorry, Ted, can you make it louder?
Sorry, Coach. What kind of pressing principles do you use? That's the first question.
and can you what press can you consider as a kind of press defense suited for Filipinos?
When you have a small team, like I had a small team with UE before, you need to press other teams because if not, gonna come down, pound on you, look for the post, power play you. So we want to push them away from that. So you want to play them, make them go up and play 90 feet away from the basket, and that's why ang press ng principle namin is always pick up, make them work. We want to put them away from what they're doing. They cannot just come down and post us up. And I must say that when I'm coaching a smaller team, bigger teams cannot post up against us because of that. And then in that way, we'll be able to take away yung inside ball game nila and use full advantage of our quickness, di ba? Dahil maliit kami, then smaller team kami, then use advantage of our quickness and make them adjust to us instead of us adjusting to them. Yun ang ano ko doon. Ang principle ko pagka nagpe-press ako. Yeah. And
Coach,
what's
we
the
have-
second question, Coach? What's the question again?
What's the type of press that suited para sa mga Pilipino?
Well, I
think,
think we
you
can run the
said-
full court press too, no?
Kasi we're short,
Especially if, first of all, the Filipinos, the national team natin should have the horses, no, to press. Kasi, siyempre, sometimes, as you said, medyo malaki na sweldo, they're not gonna do the dirty jobs, no? But if we need to do that, then we need to do that, no? Because if not, teams will be able to come down, you know, and take advantage of their height advantage sa atin, no? Yung height nila. So I think we'll be able to press them also, not just come down easily and be able to run what they want to run.
Yeah, as a follow-up to that, we have Ron Carlos that's listening also, watching also from YouTube. Good evening, Coach. My question is, do you agree that kailangan natin sa national team i-adapt ang European brand and hire the European coach? Thank you. Because Coach Tot Reyes was with us the last time and he mentioned something about it. Maybe that led to the question of Ron.
Maybe siguro we can then pick on the brains also, no? But I think we have enough good Filipino coaches to handle the national team also, you know. And so far naman we've gotten foreign coaches, but they have not got the job done, diba? So far. So at least kung Filipino and then a consultant, a European, then we can adapt because the international is a lot different. It's quicker pace, diba? Quicker pace. Parang there's no wasted move. So that is one thing we should be able to adapt siguro. But as I've said, no, we got good Filipino coaches. No? So I think we can get the job done by a Filipino coach also.
Thank you, Coach. And here's another question. You're known for your press defense. Can you also share with us your press break from Brian De La Rosa? So curious.
Nako, I don't have a board right now, no. But
just by your rule. So which one? Just I know you don't want to. I don't want to spill your secrets also.
no, it's good. You got the scout is there, diba? We always have two guards. I want always two guards that can handle the basketball on top, you know, for breaking the press. And then my four guy will take the ball out, and I release pass always all the time. If we get the two guys, the two guards cannot get the basketball, they go all the way corner, and then we leave the middle open for that release pass. So that's how I run it. And then when the big man was able to inbound the basketball, I don't just clear out right away. Or probably we can clear out. Now if we get trapped, then we always have a release pass, release guy, no? So he can just pivot, turn around, and be able to make the pass.
Which is more effective for you? Okay, yeah. Which is more effective? Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, coach.
Sige lang, coach.
I mean, a press break is spacing. You know, you need to space. If you're running a press break, you need to space to get the basketball. And the players, should have that mentality that when I break, okay, to get the basketball, I'm getting the basketball. Hindi yung coach said to just go to the corner. You should be ready. He should be ready to catch the basketball. I'm gonna get it and bring down the basketball.
Right. Dr. Eddie, there's more questions on your side.
This is Coach. This is from Joni. Good evening, Coach. Newbie coach here. What is the most important thing to consider in the full court press? Thank you.
Well, I think that the attitude is very important. The attitude. That they'll be able, because they need to sacrifice. When you press, you need the sacrifice. You really have to be on top. You have to be in shape to be able to run the press that we want. So the attitude is very important.
Coach, this is from Chin. Chin is asking, how should we dribble when our team is under a full court press?
How should the team?
How should
Sorry, Coach.
I assume
I
he
assume
is
he's a
coach
player.
and a player. He's
Maybe a player. Huh?
and then he's dribbling. His team is
Being pressed.
facing a full court apa.
Mhm.
So maybe how he as a player can break
Or
the
should
press.
dribble,
Or,
right?
when is the time
Well,
for him to dribble, or do you want him
That
to
will
dribble?
depend on the press break of the coach. If he wants to attack it with the dribble, or he wants to attack it with passing the basketball. I think that's gonna be depending sa philosophy of, but there are coaches that he wants to break the press by attacking it and dribbling it, and going sideline, going middle. But there are coaches that wants it when making the cut pass. So that will depend on your coach actually.
Coach Derrick, we have a question from Coach Dwight Lago. Hi, Coach.
Dwight.
What full court press do you suggest for junior high school teams? My team is not as big and fast as players from LaSalle or Xavier. Thank you.
Well, I think the press, the full court press, man to man is good, and then you can have a different look by applying zone press, because your team is a small team, so that eliminates the bigger team on posting you up or take away their inside game.
Coach Spencer's asking, how do you condition? What is minimum, for example, in running or footwork or something else? So I think, Coach, they're asking examples of what your conditioning drills are like.
Well, after that's the job of our conditioning coach. So we have speed drills, like that. We run. We have suicide drills. Like when we run our press, we run it for like 12 straight minutes. So we go 12 minutes down. So it's just like game situation. We don't want. Just go into motion, parang easy lang. We want to run hard for 12 minutes. It's just like pressing for 12 minutes. But you must be careful that that's why I get mad with my assistant coaches that if there's a mistake, you must correct it right away. Don't let the players get away with it, because they might think that it's okay. Because if the moment you make them get away with it, then don't expect that come game time that they'll be doing what you want. You have to correct them right there and there. That's why I don't want assistant coaches that are just just standing around. I want them to correct. If they see something is wrong, he's not doing it right, he's not in the proper position, then right there and then he has to correct it. I'm not gonna get mad at that. I'm not gonna. He's there for a job. My assistant is there for a job. That's why you have assistant coaches. Head coaches, you have your assistant. He's not your friend. He's not your kumpare or what. He's there to help you out. Okay, you cannot do it all by yourself.
Coach, a good friend, si Sandy Grumo of Cebu, is asking, what kind of conditioning program do we now have for LaSalle? It's exactly what I had also in mind to ask. Now that we're on quarantine, how are you able to monitor the shape and condition of the players of your team?
Well, right now, believe it or not, we've like more than a month now. We've been doing online team workout. So the players are not doing just individual workout, but we have a online team workout at 8 in the morning every day, Monday to Friday, and then we break Saturday, Sunday. We don't want, if everything is okay, everything is good, we don't want to come and just back to zero again. We want to be at least in shape, maybe not in basketball shape, but we'll be in better shape now when we come back. So we eliminate the injury. So we're trying to do skills, dribbling skills online. We got yoga, we got conditioning drills, everything. We have video clip every Thursday. There's we do a variety para hindi rin maboard yung mga team. But we do it Monday to Friday. We've been doing it for more than a month now. So they're not just there, not doing anything. Aside from if they want to do extra the individual, that's better. But we have an online team workout.
How long is each session, coach?
Like an hour and a half, Yeah. So even the guys that are in the States, they're doing it with the team. So mga 8 o'clock. So yung mga East Coast, tama-tama. Okay then. So they're not just there not doing anything. So we're doing something about it. We try to innovate. And in this time of situation, it's not the norm. So we just have to innovate as coaches. We gotta find means and ways to be able to do something and put our team in shape.
Okay, Coach, I'm sure it's a question from Alasalian, Nike Mora. What led to your return to the green and white? How did it transpire? What were your conditions to management when you accepted their invitation to coach the team?
Well, who would not naman, right? Who would not naman accept your coaching Lasal again? Well, I think I've gone full circle, so I think it's about time for me to give something back to Lasal. We're not doing well. Probably I'll try to help, and be able to do something and be able to get us on the right track again on the winner's track. That we've been out for like 2 seasons already to Final Four, and that would be the immediate goal of the team, right? That's to make it to the Final Four.
Right, and Dominic Uy says that he's
Dominic.
so happy that you're back with DLSU. Great job, Coach.
Thanks, Dominic.
It's also on YouTube. So, Coach, here's another question from Justin Baknis. Hi, Coach. You've taken over De La Salle last January. And I think you've answered this. What was your so since the pandemic happened? What's your preparations right now? I think you were able to answer that. Any more questions, Teddy?
Coach, we have one from Joseph. Joseph is asking, what is an ideal rotation, the number of players utilized for you if you plan to consistently press the whole game? Thank you.
Probably 12 to 14. 12 to 14. 12 to 14. Maybe looking at like 5 straight minutes, and then probably you can replace slowly, change. So you need fresh legs because it's a big effort, and hard for these guys. It's
Coach,
not really pressing everything, So you see, there are just players sometimes that get tired right away. But the most important thing is that when you're pressing, the condition is we get the second win. When you get the second win, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You're not gonna get tired.
Coach, Kevin this is a question from Kevin, and he's curious. Coach Pumaren, who's your top 5 full court defenders at DLSU?
Not right now.
He didn't specify, so I assume
Well,
it can be all
maybe the
time.
ones that maybe the ones that you've coached.
Yes.
Okay. Probably my big man will be Malik because he's a quick big man, 7-footer that can run, that can cover. He understands the game. He's very raw, but he's there. He's a good last line of defense that he can change shots.
You mean Amadou? Amadou?
No. Malik, yung import ko before sa CEO.
Okay.
Yeah, Malik. Amadou is a project right now.
Okay.
He's in process. Yeah. When we were in LaSalle, we had one player, I'm for sure, si Makmak Cardona.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Si Makmak. Makmak, when we introduced this press, uh, he's one guy that we allow to make mistake because parang he wants to guard everybody. Si Makmak wants to guard everybody. But his energy, his hustle, you'll be surprised that he'll be able to recover and cover his man. So we allow that. Depends on the player. And marami kong players na lahat naman, almost all are good defenders. No? Right now, we got some good defenders. Si Aljon is a very good pressure guy right now sa team. No? Tyrus is have adjusted. He's a different Tyrus now. You will surprise. He's a different guy now. And he's one guy, a big guy that can really help also for pressing. He's quick. He's got great anticipation.
Also, among your students, I know, of course, Franz Pumaren is probably the most notable, but from other that are non-Pumarens, who do you think that followed your footsteps in running a good full court press, if you can name?
Well, Coach Noy right now is running it with Cebu, no? Before ng MPBL, he's doing it right now.
Mhm.
Sino ba? Hindi ko pa nakita ibang ano eh. So far, yun pa lang si Noy. Si Noy has done it. Maybe Gabi is doing it also right now.
How are you from Marshall Defensor? How were you able to break Coach Franz trap? Maybe because it's similar.
Well, because I know how to trap.
kaya
You know how to attack it. You know
alam.
where's you know how they will trap, so you anticipate the trap. You don't go to the spots that they want you to trap. We might, things like that. Ginagawa.
Coach,
Hey.
last year, Ateneo was virtually unbeatable. I think there might have been only 2 games the whole year that Ateneo lost. One of them was to you during the finals of the D League. How were you able to do that against Coach Tab?
Well, I think we had I think we were playing seven guys then sa D League. We made it all the way to the finals, and bragging rights na CU is I think we're the last team to beat Ateneo in a tournament. No, last team to beat Ateneo. We were able to play good defense. We were able to limit their options offensively, and Malik was able to dominate the Kwame at that time. We were not it, and also Ravenna. We were able to contain Ravenna at that time. But we were pressing them also.
Now you mentioned the fact that in that particular game, you were shorthanded because you suspended 7 players. This was not the first time in your basketball history that you've instilled the discipline that you require of your players. When you were in UE, there was a time, I think it might have been in 2006, when your leading scorer was not allowed to play in the Final Four in a very crucial game because of a disciplinary thing. And then in 2015, before the season started, you also suspended about 6 players. And then this situation with CEU. Coach, tell us how important disciplining your players is, no? And how, over the long run, it teaches a valuable lesson to your players.
Yes, discipline is very important. No? It's not just you can bring that in the court. No, that's why there's the so-called disciplined basketball, and at the same time, we are not just taking advantage of these kids that they just be a basketball players. They can do anything. We want them to be a better person after graduating, and that is for me as a coach. Parang that's a happy. I'll be happy when I see players, my former players, doing well after just playing. So I'm very big on discipline. If they don't have any discipline, so what's the use of coaching them? They won't be able. They will not follow what you want. So might as well. If we cannot follow, then the door is there, right? I'm easy to talk to, and I'm not gonna take it against him. But I respect him, but he has to respect also my feelings.
Coach, the item on nutrition, because you were saying how important conditioning is. I
Mm,
know that sa Lasal, pinagbabawal mo yung kumain ng pork at mag-soft drinks. So,
yes.
so palagay ko, hindi na sila nakakatikim ng lechon at saka crispy pata. Paano yan?
Dapat ganyan, hindi naman makakatikim, no? But you know, if you get used to not eating pork,
Okay.
by the time you see pork, parang tikim na lang, then you're not gonna eat the same way, right? Because you become sluggish, things like that. And with our brand of play, we don't need that. We can't have sluggish players. We need tip top, aggressive players. And soft drinks, why take soda, which is not good for us. Even us, not players, is not also good for us. So I still also nutrition. It's not just condition, everything. You touch everything because to attain that goal that you want. Attain that goal. Kasi lahat siyang kailangan eh. Na, hindi, basketball has evolved eh. Really changed, diba? It's very scientific. Even the minds is different. We got Ted knows, Dr. Ted knows that, diba? Yung pag-psych sa player, it's different. It's different. Hindi dati, we just roll the ball, round robin, konting stretch, calisthenics, laro na eh, diba? It's different. It's different now. It's a different game. It's really evolved.
So that will lead to your question, Teddy. I think it's perfect timing to your question.
Coach Derrick,
Yeah.
I've asked all of our guests the same question, and now it's your turn, Coach. With your time in the PBA and now that you're back in the UAAP, can you kindly give us 5 qualities that a basketball coach should possess in order
Sorry,
to be
Coach.
successful?
Sorry, Doc. Ano yan? Can you
Can you
give 5
kindly give us 5 qualities that a basketball coach should possess in order to be successful?
qualities of coaches? You're talking about coach?
As a
Five
coach,
qualities
5 qualities
coach should
possess.
possess para
Okay,
maging successful.
Para maging successful. Okay, number 1, I think, sa akin, for me, I think the coach has to believe on his own philosophy. Okay, I've been investing when I started coaching. I invested on studying. I go to the States if I can. I can go to the States, and I don't attend basketball clinics. I attend. I ask for permission from coaches to be able to observe their basketball program. So I don't have to be Ron Jacob, I don't have to be Crick Bitin. You have to be yourself. No? Hindi pwedeng, you cannot imitate, things like that. And then when you have philosophy, your philosophy or your system, you have to be flexible as a coach. I think be very flexible is very important because your players, sometimes things will not work out right away at the start, no? And if you need to do this, then you be flexible, but you don't run away from the system. But if you keep changing, the system's not working, I got another system, and I got another system, then the players get confused. But what I'm saying is, system-wise, you have to be flexible. If the tide is like this, then you gotta play with it. No? That's like what I'm been doing. It's a learning process. It's not the same game nung 90s, no? But I learned to adjust. No, I have to learn to adapt. I have to study. And then discipline is very important. No, discipline ng coach kasi at saka yung passion. I think the passion ng coach is a lot different. Kasi it's not just you just show up in the game. Parang 24-hour job ang coaching. You study the tape, you scout, things like that. The passion for the game, is different. You should have that now overall. So I think those are the qualities that we need to be a good coach now, and believing in yourself that you can do it. And most important thing is you should also learn how to listen to the players. You should know how to accept suggestions. No one is an island. No, that doesn't mean that I know everything. As I've said, I'm still learning. That's why my assistant coach, I get mad when they don't give me anything. They should have input. Because I listen. Even if I don't listen, I need input. I need input. But I would listen to suggestion. I'm open to suggestion. Like players can approach me and if they suggested, then it's okay. Hindi pwedeng parang martial law. This is my law. You just follow it. No, you just have to learn how to listen also.
Coach, thank you for that.
Yeah.
We
did
have okay. Sige, Dean. No, go ahead, Dean.
I wanted to ask Coach, what did you learn most from your dad, Coach Pilo, and from Coach Ron?
Well, I think mostly it's more on defense. Defense. My dad and kasi when we were when I played for my dad in defense din ang ano niya, and Coach Ron also is very particular with playing a good defense. That's where we saw yung mga double team on how to rotate on things. That's why the influence of my dad and Ron sa akin, that's why I'm a defensive coach. It's because of that. I was able to learn nag-grasp ko mabuti yung defensive schemes nila. That's why I'm a defensive coach. Right?
What about Coach Norman?
Coach Norman is more for yung passion niya, yung offense niya. It's more of a setup guy, and then the openness that he will be able to talk to his players. No, he will listen, and he's also a good listener. For coaches, he accepts also suggestions, especially when I was. When he was a playing coach, I was doing the coaching for him. So he is not that yung parang there's no professional jealousy, hindi siya naiinggit or something. He doesn't feel insecure about that.
Coach Joseph is wondering bakit daw bumabata ka? What is your fashion has changed? Any bata. Any tips now? Any tips from Coach Joseph Regaspi? Fashion tips.
Fashion tips? Fashion tips.
Sorry, Teddy, I cut you off.
Coach, I'm wondering if you can share with us a Ron Jacobs story.
Ron Jacobs?
Yeah.
Yes,
any story that comes to mind.
When you talk about Ron Jacobs now.
I remember when I was playing with Coach Ron, that we had this thing that we run motion. We make at least 5 passes. We move the basketball around. That even though there's a good shot, we must make 5 passes. But we started playing in the PBA exhibition games against PBA teams, and then we were making 5 passes. So the crowd started yelling, "Pasa! Pasa! Pasa!" But natawanan kami. But Coach Ron, did not get affected with it. He has a job to do. He knows that's the right way and the right formula to beat China. Then he's stuck on it. Get on, see Ron. And when I was an assistant with Ron, we will watch games, scout games. Then before the game, going to the game, we still have to pass by his house at Corinthian, and we will still watch the game going to the game. That's Coach Ron. That's his passion. Ganun talaga si Coach. Pupunta pa kami. We'll still go to his house before the game, and then we'll watch it. So after the game, we just have dinner, then we'll watch the game again. It's like that. It's a study. Talagang, he will look at advantages where he can get that plus to the other teams. That's Coach Ron. Very, but he listens. He's very disciplined. He plays disciplined, but he has introduced a lot of good stuff. And he has opened eyes. I remember an old coach before. We were practicing. He was telling Ron why the guards is going under. Before kasi guards, when you say guard, you always yung small guys, you're always on top. When we run offense, when we run motion, the small guys get down baseline and then go up like that. So those old cards, but Ron has introduced those things. Ron has changed the basketball, and how many coming naging coaches, no? Under ni Coach Ron. He was the one who started. He said he offered me that job. Well, I thought that thinking about it, sabi ko baka man not make it to the PBA. So I grabbed the opportunity to be an assistant coach. That's why I'm a coach. So among the brothers, ako lang hindi nakapag-PBA.
Coach, there was a game that Coach Ron was coaching, and I think it was in reaction to maybe poor officiating, and he asked the team NCC to just take all 3-point shots. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
Can you
That
can
was
you refresh our memory about it?
That was against Tanduay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a battle for third place, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And Coach Ron felt slighted also that parang Tanduay is not playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
So he told the team that start shooting three. Even Ituri, Valenciano, even the Parker was yelling, Valenciano, 3 puntos. I think he got fired. Parker got fired because all the attempts of NCC players are all 3-point shots. Even Ituri was shooting three, lot three. And I think he felt slighted, that he felt insulted on the way Tanduay was playing that game. So he had to give that instruction to the team, and he mentioned that to Boss Henry. He got the go signal from Boss Henry.
Who won that game?
I think
NCC. Tanduay won.
Tanduay won. Tira lang yung all three.
Lee Castro is wondering when you were in the PBA, who was the coach that you had a hard time? Who was your nemesis? If there's a nemesis.
Coach Tim. I had battles with him in the finals, Alaska, and I was with Saiki. I think I played him 4 or 5 times or 6 times in the finals. Yeah.
Which is more fun, coaching pros or college players?
College, I think.
College?
Yes, college.
Okay.
They give it all. That's where you get your how you say it, your happiness when you see the players play hard, execute, things like that.
This is a question from Jose Ray Espaliardo. Isn't the full court press more susceptible to fouls? And somehow napag-iinitan daw ng referees, maybe from his experience. So what's your take on that,
well,
Coach?
it is our job to as coaches, it's our job to teach our players how to do it. Sometimes we're called for caging, but you should teach your players when to remove that hand, your arm. When the player starts moving, then you have to remove it. Kasi if not, you're gonna get called for caging. So, but you're susceptible for fouls. Sometimes I have drills in practice that when a player keeps fouling or players keep holding, he either goes push up or burpees, just to put in his head that the defense is moving the feet, right? It's not holding, right? That's the usually, instead of moving your feet to play defense, it's trying to hold, trying to cage the offensive player, which is not right.
Juan Minas is asking, among the teams you have faced in pros and in college, what team stands out the most as the hardest for you to press or trap?
Mm,
Did,
in the pros, I did not press more sa press sa in the pros. In college,
ibig sabihin, walang nahirapan si coach. Nahirapan siya mag-isip kung sino. Eh. Wala lahat. Kaya niyang present kasi.
hindi naman, you know. Mm. I think that there are days that you know, sometimes it's not working, but as I've said, you should be flexible, no? You cannot just be trapping and trapping all the time, but you can still apply the pressure. Uh, that's why the big man is very important, because if they're not gonna press, okay, I said forget it. We're just tiring the small guys. Okay, they're tiring the small guys. Uh,
Okay.
if the coaches will be able to get a good press break, then I think we'll have a hard time. But it is us
Okay.
for us na mabasa yun. We have to read that. We have to read that.
Sorry, Jobs Pasco. I don't want to coach to answer your question because he's asking what are we gonna run this year. So sa Lasal, baka taga kabila to, coach. Eh. Iba na lang, iba na lang
We'll just run.
among the three imports that you handled in the PBA, who you remember the most? Or your top three imports that you handle. You're very good at scouting imports because you have connections with,
Yes,
of
yes.
course, with the
Probably
general.
the Derrick Brown,
Derrick Brown, okay.
Kenny Redfield, and Herb Jones.
Mhm. Coach, bakit daw hindi mo kinuha si Malik sa Lasal? Or was it the timing?
The timing. He was with UP already.
Sayang. Pero yeah. Are we gonna see Pumaren family reunion from Jose Espallardo?
Well, Fran's gonna be there, so you know, it's gonna be fun again playing against him.
No, I'm in the same coaching staff. Wala.
Wala.
Okay. All right. The Dean, I'll give you the honor of asking the last question before we wrap it up. And would like to thank Coach Derrick, of course.
Well, I think the question that everyone wants to find out from Coach Derrick is the UAP is in a state of flux at this point. We don't know whether the UAP season will go on, will be postponed until next year. How do you keep the interest of the players on a high level? And how do you feel if the season and when the season begins, what are the challenges that you're putting on yourself as far as being the new LaSalle coach is concerned?
Well, right now, no, as I said, the online workout, we're trying to put some variety on everything, no, and until that we get the final word, we still try to prepare the team as much as possible. Get them ready, try to motivate them. In fact, we're trying to bring in some players online, former players, managers, whatever. That's like you, Kinita, probably you can talk to the guys and motivate them. Kasi syempre, it gets boring na rin pag online workout. So, nagkakaroon kami, we put some variety on that. And that is our job as coaches, to do that for the players. Yeah. Trabaho natin yun na how to motivate the players in getting ready for the game. So we are thinking probably next year, January, February. But the line of thinking for the team is that whether it starts January, February, we must be ready. We must be ready. We don't just start later on. We want to be a step ahead with other teams because we are trying to get back on the final four. Okay, so we cannot just be complacent. We cannot have that same attitude that we've had in the last two seasons. So that is going to play a big part for us. And I know it's a challenge. It's a big challenge for me, making it to the final four. But it is not impossible. So the players right now understand. We understand each other. Uh, what we're trying to achieve here. We just have to be all on the same page. As I keep telling the boys, diba, this time page is same web page. Kasi sila ganun ngayon. So we just have to be there, in the same web page that we want to achieve this, we want to do this. We need to sacrifice. It's not gonna be a walk in the park for us. People, the LaSalle committee expects a lot from us. We are not in a what do you call this, norm territory. We should be up there. We should not be down here. In the last 5 years, but back to back fifth place. So it's not here. And I'm not here just to get fifth place. No, I'm here to win. So they know that. They know that. Clearly send the message to their mind.
Coach, you look good in
Excellent.
green.
Of course. Of course, fits. Again, Coach, would like to thank you for your time, and for the attendees, please stand by. We have a surprise online bidding. Kasi nga, for staying with us in this, and I've asked also Coach Derrick to sign some of his coaching board. Kaya lang nasa Lasal daw, pero he's gonna give once the ECQ is over. But stand by after Coach Derrick session. We'll just stay online, and we'll have a few items that the coaches gave us, and some players that will be auctioning off before we call it a day today. But Coach, for your final remarks, again, we thank you for sharing your knowledge. I'm a big fan. Obviously, I'm a Lasallian myself, and I was a sports writer when you were coaching De La Salle.
Yes.
That,
Remember that?
1990. So I was there at the floor covering your games, and I was one of those who also wept when Tony Boy, when that title was reversed, and that's history, and we're gonna make history again. Coach, the floor is yours.
Well, hopefully that what I've shared with you guys will help you, and your teams will help you. If there's any questions you want to ask, I can give my email to Coach Ariel knows my email, right, Coach?
Yes. I can share your email, Coach.
Yeah, you can share my email if they have any questions. I think one thing about basketball, you want to share things with other coaches. Yun lang hindi ko gusto sa Filipino natin mentality sometimes, coaches selfish, di ba? Filipino selfish, parang sarili. But you need to give something back to basketball, and that's by sharing the little knowledge we have right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will be able to help you. And if there's any question, anything, any inquiry or whatever, feel free to ask. And Coach Ariel's got my email, and I would like to thank you guys for inviting me. Anytime you can, anytime you wish to invite me, I'm good with it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. For our
Thanks, Coach Derrick.
habang nandiyan pa si Coach Derrick, meron tayong green na coaching board. From Coach Allen Ricardo. Green na coaching board. That's the first item. So chat on the chat book, the bidding starts at 200 lang. So Coach, thank you so much. And again, feel free to
good to see you. Kinito and Ted, good to see you guys.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us again.
Okay, thanks.
Of course, if you want to join din sa bidding, okay then, Coach. So make sure to start the bidding at 200 yung side. Again, it's a good cause it's for the frontliners of the Pasig City General Hospital. That's the beneficiary of all this fundraiser of ours. We were able to raise almost 20,000 the first day, and the dean will have items next week. So stand by for that. A signed glove from Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, pagkikita
next
ko na ngayon.
Next week yan. Next week yan. So
Oh,
tune in
nice.
to our webinar series. So do
How much
I...
is starting bid for that?
Oo, medyo... I was trying to meet offline nga kanina sa coach eh. Ayaw pa din. Kailangan daw.
Ayaw pa.
Kaya kailangan daw mga ano. So, again, so who's starting? Let's start the ball rolling. Anybody? 200. Coach Teddy, hindi ko makita yung chat eh. So, if there's a chat, let me know.
Coach, yeah.
Okay.
So please put your bids on the chat. Okay.
And I'll check YouTube kung meron ha.
Right.
So, just a few items for tonight. Just 3 items and we're good.
Coach Ariel, can you show the board of...
Again, it's a green KBA board. Ayan. Okay.
starting bids 200.
Oh, yan. Pag wala nagbid, ako bibiling ko na to.
Full court and half court.
It's from Coach Alan Ricardo. I'll have Coach Derrick sign it also. Para kasi green
sure,
eh. Bagay na bagay. Bagay na bagay. Oo, bagay na bagay. 300. Meron na from Lee Castro. Ayan. 500. From Julio Benigno Hulong Bayan. Julong Bayan.
Coach, can we see the board again? Wow, 700.
Okay, 700. Okay, sige. Ayan, oh. Model na ako ng board. It's okay.
Back
Again,
to back.
From back to back. Maganda KBA and it's it's bigger than the regular board, ah. If you compare it with the regular board.
Robbie's asking if it's with autograph.
Yes, it will be autographed by Coach Derrick, but it's from Coach Alan Ricardo of Godskill. But since it's I'll have Coach Derrick autograph.
Okay, sure.
No
No
problem. 850.
850. Wow, 850.
850 na.
Keep it coming.
With signature of Coach Derrick.
Oh, syempre.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
1,000 from Enrico.
Wow.
Robbie
teka.
says it's Lasallian's dream board.
Oh, yeah. I'm checking. I'll give I'll give 10 seconds kasi may 10 seconds lag yung YouTube. So after the last bid there, so we'll give 5 more minutes for this board and 5 more minutes and give 10 seconds extra for the ones on YouTube. Again, for good cause.
All the proceeds are going to
The Pasig City General Hospital frontliners under the Bangon Pilipinas Blackwaters fundraiser for the frontliners of the Pasig City General Hospital. And
Okay, guys. See you
last,
guys. Okay.
take care,
thank
Coach
you,
Derrick.
Coach.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, last 2 minutes.
Wow.
What's the highest, Doc Teddy? 1,000 from Enrico?
Enrico, 1,000.
Okay.
Enrico, ayan, 1-2 from Julio.
From Julio.
Julio really wants the board.
Oh, 1-2, last 1.5 minutes.
Can we see the back of the board again? Half court siya, no?
Half court, then full court dito. Ayan.
Then there's a clip on the top for the pen. Yeah.
Yep.
1-4 from Manolo.
Oh, thank you, Manolo.
Thank you, Manolo.
Pwede pa, last 1 minute. Nako, possible yung iba, buzzer beater gusto eh.
Is Coach Romel there?
Oo, Coach Romel, mahilig sa ano yan eh. Sa last minute bidding. Pero again, we have 10 seconds kaya medyo hindi yung last minute eh. We have 10 seconds para sa ano eh. Para
Where's
sa
our official clock?
Saan gawa yan, Coach Ariel? Saan gawa?
It's made in US, KBA board to. Made in USA. Ayan,
Okay. Imported pala.
Imported.
So highest bid is Manolo at 1-4.
Yeah, Manolo at
Enrico, you'll
1-4.
have to increase your bid because Manolo has a higher bid. Thank you.
1-4, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
8. Yan ah.
Ito, may nag 1-5 na.
Oy, may nag 1-5. Sino?
1-5. Enrico.
Enrico. Oh, yan. Magaling sa buzzer beater.
1-6.
may 1-6.
Manolo.
Oh, yan. Ako. You can just imagine next week the signed Manny Pacquiao glove from Pete. Oh, my God. Pete, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Enrico. Thank
For
We
good
have
cause.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
1-7. Enrico.
2, 1. Another 10
1-8.
seconds.
Manolo. 1-8.
Another 10 seconds. Again, another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Manolo, congratulations.
Please.
1-8.
Please email your contact details on Coach AB at hoopcoaches.com for your what's this address and details. So Coach AB at hoopcoaches.com. Okay. Our next item. Again from Coach Alan Ricardo. Ito naman, it's a LaSalle Green Hills
Wow.
coaching board. Okay.
One side. One side.
Yeah.
Nice.
LaSalle Green Hills coaching board starts at 300. From Coach Orly Javier. So,
Coach, can we see the board again?
Yeah.
Up. Yeah.
Ito.
Alright.
Then. So,
Nice,
yan.
nice, nice.
Wala
500 from Robbie.
500 from Robbie.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and meron pa tayong last from Kevin Alas yung last natin for the day. So, assigned shoes. Kaya
600.
don't leave.
600 Rod Mark.
Don't leave. I'm just gonna get the shoes para makapaghanda rin kayo, ha?
Oh. I think, I wonder what the size are of the shoes. Maybe 13, 12. So we have a LaSalle Green Hills
600?
board. Highest bid is there.
600. Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
Coach, they're in 700 from Enrico for the LaSalle Green Hills board.
Okay. Last 2 minutes.
Coach, what's the size of the shoes?
The size of the shoes. Gusto agad man. Size 12. It's a brand new shoes. Brand new. Brand new Air Jordan 7, I think.
Wow.
So sa mga fans ng ano dyan. So yeah, again, we got last 1 minute 35 for the board for our second item for tonight. And thank you, Coach Alan Ricardo, Coach Orly Javier for sending. So, last 1 minute. May 700, no? The highest?
100 from Enrico.
Okay.
Coach, maybe if you sign the board, it'll,
6 feet. It will decrease the value if I sign. So better not sign. May 650 Ron Carlos. Sorry, you got outbidded. 700 is the highest. So my niece wala daw item number. Kaya surprise bid lang to. Kaya walang item number. But I'll record I have a record naman of ano. Oh, sorry. Last 19 seconds.
19 seconds.
18.
Enrico's the highest bid at 700.
700, okay?
Will anybody snipe?
Walang snipe pa.
Wala.
Then we go to the
10,
shoes. The brand new shoes.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Enrico wins, Coach.
Enrico
700.
wins. Thank you, Enrico. Enrico, make
Enrico.
sure to email your info at coachab@hoopcoaches.com. Last for tonight. Air Jordan 7 ba to? Or I think it's a collab. So brand new, size 12, in the box with sign. Yung signature niya nasa baba. So I'll show the signature of, Kevin Alas there. Ayun, ganda.
I think it's
And
7.
Lex Road Warriors.
I think
Yeah, I think it's a collab. 7 there.
6 and 7.
6 and 7.
Ganda.
So ganda. Ay, hindi ba na? Okay. Oh, bid starts at 500.
2,000.
2,000. Doc Teddy, 2,000 you bid?
2,000.
Oh, 2,000. Put,
Kasi sa akin,
please put on the chat just so we have documentation. 2.5 from Robbie. 2.5 from Robbie. Okay.
3,000. Emerito.
Emerito, 3,000.
That's
Ako. It's going to charity.
Yep.
Ha? Nakabili ka na ng shoes, nakatulong ka pa.
3 from Robbie.
So far wala pa tayo sa ating YouTube. We got 3 minutes for last item. 3-5 Emerito. Emerito, you got Coach Jeff's shoes. Now you want good thing I haven't sent Coach Jeff's shoes. Kundi na doble yung yung aking shipping.
Robbie, 4K.
Robbie Angeles, 4K. Last 2 minutes and 27 seconds. So we just 4,000.
4-3.
4-3, 4-1, 4-3, 4-1. Oh, you got outbid.
Wala pang 1 second outbid.
Oh, you got outbid. 1 second pa lang. The Dean. For the last pala, we can the cap. The limited edition
yes,
cap.
oh.
On your end.
Yes.
Yan, Make sure you sign it, Okay, that's the last one. Naku, maganda yun.
4-7 from Joseph.
For the Michael Jordan fans. 4-7, Joseph. We got 1 minute and 50 seconds. Ayan, Walang daya, Walang daya.
Can we see the shoes again?
Oh, naku.
I want to see
Talagang it's a goodbye.
So you have the air sole. May air sole ka. We have the see-through undersole.
Yan.
The signature of Kevin.
The signature Kevin.
Then you have parang portion dating yung flap sa likod. And it has
this thing.
Yeah. That I like. Yung gusto ko.
This is my size too, pero
4'8".
4'8". Ayan na. Ako. And pati box, if you want to erase the pati box, merong signature ni Kevin. I think I'd like to shout out to Kevin Alas. Okay, this is a good Sunday we'll have a reunion. On Saturday night we have a Metro Stars reunion with Coach Louis Alas and all the players.
Much time remaining.
1999. 42 seconds, 41 seconds. Then plus 10 seconds, Kasi meron sa YouTube,
Highest bid at 4'8".
4'8 for Emerito. Mag-snipe daw si Teddy. No, don't worry, wait 10 seconds. Don't worry. Wait 10 seconds. Don't worry, wait 10 seconds after. 18. After ng last na there's 10 seconds more. So
that's a good price. 4'8".
2, 1, 0, 10 seconds. 9, 8. The highest so far is who's the highest? Doc Teddy.
Emerito, 4'8".
Ayaw mo sabihin, 5, 4, 3,
Good price.
2,
Come on, guys.
1. It's gone! Congratulations, Emerito. You have 2 pairs of shoes. So, lagot
I
ka.
think he's gonna get all of the shoes.
Lagot ka sa misis mo.
Ito yung cap, oh.
Oh, that's the cap. Oh,
Yun.
last item. Michael Jordan to the max cap. Ha?
Very rare collector's item ito. And
Oo.
this was released at the time when Michael Jordan to the Max movie was showing on the IMAX theaters in the US in the year 2000. Yan.
Oh, starting bid.
Perhaps 20 years. That's collector's item.
This is a collector's item, definitely. Wala ka na makikitang ganito. In fact,
Wow.
whoever gets this can even go to eBay and sell it for maybe double.
Wow.
Ayan, there. Sasabi ni Dean.
Ayan. So start
May
natin bid
value.
at a modest 500. Start bid. Ayan.
500.
Oh.
Ayan, 600.
Magta-type pa lang ako ng 550.
Si Rose, ano to?
hindi man lang ako nakaano magsa-type ako 550 eh. Grabe.
600.
Grabe. 800. Magta-type ako eh. Wala na. 800. Wow. Yeah, you know, I'll be more than happy to share. Thank you to the Dean for sharing. And ano pa lang yan? 1,000.
1,000 na.
Rodmark Del Rosario. Wow, 1,000 for Jordan. Oh, tama-tama. The Last Dance. The Last Dance.
You know, whoever wins it, they should like take their picture and that's their profile picture on Facebook. Diba? 1-1 from Rose.
1-1 na.
1-1.
Oo.
20-year-old cap.
Saka hindi gamit ito, ha? I've never worn this cap.
Never used. 1-5.
Oo.
Manolo.
1-5. Wow!
Never
Yeah.
used. Very
Ayan.
important. It has never been used.
Yeah.
You will be whoever wins it will be the first to use it.
Yan, nako. Hey, tomorrow, remember, special guest tomorrow, the Mr. 100%, Coach Norman Brack will join us at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So you'll be able to, as mentioned by Coach Derrick, he started off as a player slash coach. So last playing coach of San Miguel. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes.
Manolo at 1-5.
1-5.
Coach Ariel, Doc Teddy, embroidered dito, ha? Michael
Embroidered?
Jordan to the Max is embroidered on the cap.
Wow,
So-
wow.
2000, this was given.
Uh-huh.
You'll never see that again.
Grabe, 20 years ago.
Yeah, in line with the premiere of the
Mhm.
IMAX movie.
I failed to mention for those bidders since this is a fundraising activity, the shipping will be under your account. But we agreed on a shipping fee, which is or grab fee, which is around 150 for Metro Manila, and for LBC it's around 300 pesos for provincial. That's the average. So anything above or below the average, hoop coaches or I'll be the one to shoulder. Kagaya kay Emerito, I'm sure the shipping to Cebu will be more expensive. Kasi dalawang shoes na ngayon si Emerito.
Bumibigat na yung box.
Bumibigat na. So via LBC or to go or JRS, whichever will be.
Marito might want a bigger box for the
30 seconds. So far, Manolo.
1.5 is the highest.
1.5 is the highest.
embroidered, never used collector's item.
Okay. I think we got 20 seconds. And then
May
plus
sniper dyan.
plus another 10 seconds. Ako sa sniper, sorry, because we're also live on YouTube and we have to give them a chance also because there's a lag of 5 seconds on YouTube. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, man. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gone. Sa office daw papadala, sabi niya. No. Manolo, thank you so much. Again, email Coach AV at hoopcoaches.com. And I don't want to break the fun tonight. Just last na talaga to. I have a Michael Jordan book. Jordan,
Wow.
the man and his words, his life. So it's a signed book
Autograph.
by Coach Norman Black, who will be with us tomorrow. So it's a signed book from him. Ito yung binigay ni Coach Norman among the 8 books that he donated to our cause. So start at 300. Starts at 300. You won't get this anywhere. It's not available. Kahit I check online. It's not available. It's a hardbound. Hardbound siya.
300.
500 na.
500.
Emilio.
1,000.
1,000.
Oh my gosh.
Emilio
From
Fontanilla. Daryl Gerald Fontanilla. 1,000 for the book. Last na to. Last na for tonight. Kasi magdi-dinner na tayo.
It's signed by Coach Norman.
Signed by Coach Norman. Obviously, Coach Norman's read this and inspired by, all the Michael Jordan Last Dance.
It's hardbound.
Hardbound.
The first edition yan.
Ayun, no? Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. The final 2 minutes is brought to you by Coach Norman Black. Mr. 100%. 7 o'clock tomorrow, Mr. Norman, Mr. 100%. So we'll be able to know his system, and it's a Q&A.
Will we have a surprise auction again tomorrow?
That's why it's a surprise. So for the attendees, it's an extra premium to those
1,050 from
Lee Castro, 1,050. Last 1 minute 21.
Coach, can you give the mechanics for the certificate? So
yes, habang the certificates, kaya I asked those on YouTube to just comment or raise their hand because I won't be able to check if you're attending via YouTube for those who cannot register on Zoom. So if you're attending live and attending on Zoom, I know the attendees.
Daryl is 1-5. Sorry, Coach. 1-5.
Sige lang.
A bid.
Exciting. 1 minute pa, 1 minute. So you need to at least attend 10 sessions. So for those, marami na yung those that are have attended at least 10. I know who you are. So if you haven't attended at least 10, we have more webinars coming. We got Coach Norman again tomorrow. We got G-League coach Sam Newman Beck tomorrow night. And we got Coach Yeng Giao on Saturday. And then the Manila Metro Stars with Coach Louis Alas, Coach Alex Compton, Coach Romel Aducol, Coach Boise Samar, and Coach Peter Martin. So a lot of coaches also in the Manila Metro Stars. So 30 seconds.
I think Daryl has the
inside track.
Inside track. Yeah.
20 seconds now. Sorry, and
there you go.
Hey,
1,550.
1,550. Oh,
Yeah.
you have 10 seconds.
I've never seen this in the bookstore.
1,750.
Gerald, 1,750.
So we have 10 seconds. 10 seconds pa kasi the extra 10 seconds for the YouTube. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold to Daryl Gerard Fontanilla. Please email Coach AB at hoopcoaches.com so we can know your delivery address and how you can claim, or we will deliver the book that you've won. And thank you for helping our cause. Again, the Dean, thank you so much for joining us. Every time you're present, we have lots of this is the time that we had almost the same number on Zoom and on YouTube Live. Kasi nandiyan si Dean.
No,
Thanks, Sir Canito.
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank-
Coach.
Thank you,
Thank you, Doc.
Teddy. Thank you, Teddy. Thank for everything. And again, see you tomorrow at 7. Visit hoopcoaches.com, the new website. The links are there also, and also on our Facebook page. Again, good night. Stay safe and have a pleasant evening ahead. Thank you.